My name is Isaac, and I have two shows. I have Broke Down at the Shack and Two Guitars and a Mic.
Okay. Hey, Isaac, how are you?
I'm doing good, my friend.
Good, good. So tell me about yourself. Who are you?
My name is Isaac Martinez. I'm a longtime musician, and been podcasting. I don't know, whatever you can consider 7 years, whether a long time or still new to the game. But I've been doing that for a little bit, and that's turned into something that I love just as much as music.
Oh, really?
And I'm a musician through the core, but the same thing with podcasting, have that same love.
So tell me about music. How long you been doing that, and what do you play, and what kind of music do you play?
I started off when I was about 13. I was a deacon's son.
Okay.
Started off playing, learning songs in church. And right now I'm in a Texas blues band called Los Roaches.
Oh.
And
I love that name. That's
thank
great.
you, my friend.
Yeah.
And the band is a bunch of guys just like myself, longtime musicians that have been there and done that, and like to settle down but still love to play.
Yeah.
And we become just a great band because we have, of course, the experience, but we're all friends. And that's another thing that you figure out as a musician along the way. You spread out. You start off as friends, and then later on as a working musician, you spread out. And we're all on different bands, and we're different personalities. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But it just so happened we wound up now to where we're, we're back together, friends, and we're jamming. So anyway.
Yeah, that's great. So and you play guitar?
I play guitar, yes, sir.
All right. And so tell me about your podcast. You say you have two different shows.
I do, sir.
Tell me about those.
The one with, I have one called Two Guitars and a Mic. And that's going to be my main podcast.
Okay.
And we started, and we took a halt because one of my co-hosts' mother passed. So, but we're going to start back up in January. Yes, he's like my brother, and she was like my second mom.
Sure.
But anyway, it's called Two Guitars and a Mic, and it's me, my co-musician, co-host Sam Kalunga, and the singer of the band, John Maxwell. So Two Guitars and a Mic.
Sure.
And my father-in-law had a radio show for 39 years.
Really?
I was a big Howard Stern fan, so this was going to be like radio show kind of style.
Yeah.
For musicians, basically.
Sure.
What's that?
Tell me about the father-in-law. You said he had a show for 30
Man,
years.
he was a staple of this community, in the Hispanic community, called Mi Favorito on Sundays.
Okay.
And he would he just had no experience besides just getting up there and doing that, and wound up becoming the guy who just interviewed the who's who of Mexican music, like Los Tigres del Norte, who those guys are like the Van Halen of Mexican music. Of course, Selena numerous times.
Yeah.
Stuff, so anyway, he became, if anybody around Central Texas remembers, on Sundays, a Hispanic station on AM at KRZI called Mi Favorito. That was my father-in-law.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, him and his longtime friend Ron Hall used to rock those microphones over there.
Ron Hall's been in here a couple of times.
Really?
Because Ann Harder does her show here.
Oh yeah,
so
that voice.
Yeah.
Is like the same thing as Casey Kasem. As soon as you hear it, bam, that's Ron Hall.
Yeah. There's a story I tell about Ron Hall that I grew up hearing his voice, and I really liked it a lot. Right?
Oh, for sure.
I kind of identified it. I wanted to be like that, right? I wanted to have that kind of voice. And then I went to a garage sale one day, and I'm just kind of browsing around, right? And from behind me, I hear, "Would you take a quarter for that?" And I turn around, and it's Ron Hall trying to negotiate something for a quarter. Yeah,
sounding like it's coming out of an old Telefunken mic.
Yeah,
he just has that voice.
Yeah.
Yes,
great guy though. Yeah, he's been in here a couple of times. It's really nice. So we got two guitars and a mic. Tell me about the other show.
That was my first one, and I have a recording studio called The Shack. And I knew as soon as I built that studio, that was going to be a recording studio / podcast studio, because I was already hardcore fan of being a talk radio host and Howard Stern, Joe Rogan. Anyway, so from The Shack, my name of my podcast was going to be called Broke Down TheShack, and it still is.
Right.
And basically, I started off just not really interviews, having conversations with my friends, which is all the musicians, and then from there started going to. I'm a big martial arts fan, so all the awesome martial artists and boxers. I was getting all those guys, and I was getting ghost hunters and UFO enthusiasts, and it just basically it was just whatever. Not to be selfish, not what the audience wanted, but stuff that I wanted.
Yeah, sure.
You know,
sure.
and because I think
those are the best kind of conversations, right? Because you really buy into.
That's it, and I really have questions. You know.
Yeah.
And anyway, so I'm still gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it under the same umbrella as Two Guitars and a Mic.
Okay.
Presents Broke Down TheShack.
Gotcha.
That way, it's more content to spit out to YouTube and Instagram and TikTok.
Sure.
Now it's all the content.
Just kind
under
of
one umbrella.
it
Correct.
under one banner.
Correct.
Yeah. Well, that's great. That's great. So, Broke Down TheShack. The Shack, I'm assuming, is referring to your recording studio.
Correct.
Right? And that's out Beverly Hills?
That's right in Beverly Hills. Correct.
Okay. All right. I've run across a lot of folks who have been on your show.
Oh, awesome.
Prescription.
Oh, yes.
He's definitely been on your show. He's good
great.
Friend. Yeah, good friend.
Him and the Gomez dude.
Yeah.
They were on there and they rocked it. And those guys just got. Even the Gomez guys, like, were you a DJ? Because that voice is like, that is such a gift to have a voice like that.
It is,
you know?
isn't it? Yeah.
Well,
you've got a real identifiable voice, though. I mean,
thank you, my friend.
It's not what you would think of as traditionally a radio voice,
right?
But it's very identifiable and very, I think it's.
I've been getting that since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
I remember one time I played Santa Claus.
Okay.
And then I walked in the door saying,
"Dad."
He goes, no, this was I was an adult, but I was in my 20s. I came in as Santa Claus, and all the kids go, Isaac. So anyway, it is what it is.
That's pretty funny.
I'm from a small town, so I think we all talk like this. So.
Yeah, I got you. So tell me, you've kind of touched on it a little bit, but let's talk about podcasting in general. What is your motivation to keep doing this? Or what was it to start, and what is it to keep doing it?
Start was something, I don't know if you'd say selfish or what, but I like podcasting.
Yeah.
But people weren't really doing something that I wanted to do here locally. It's like, why does anybody do that? Because I'll help them, I'll record it. Because I was just trying to get clients in my door.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I figured that'd be advertising for my studio.
That's wonderful.
And then, lo and behold, it becomes something that I loved. It's like, man, I need more of it. and I think the question was, what's my motivation?
Yeah.
It's just still getting to know people.
Really?
I have so many questions.
Yeah.
So many more questions about it. Even stuff that I've already know about. I can get into at least from what I like. I also love audio. You know, I'm a recording studio, and I can talk even to the smallest detail about tubes and transistors. Everybody else might not even like that, what the hell I'm talking about, but I do have questions about all this stuff because there's a lot of things in that fascinate me. Podcasting, of course, like I said, I'm a huge boxing enthusiast and martial arts enthusiast, especially I train jiu-jitsu, so I that's something that I always have questions about. You know, basically they're just, like I said, selfishly, there's questions that I want to know about, and I'm inviting the audience to check it out while I'm asking questions.
I don't think there's anything wrong with being selfish in podcasting. I think that's part of it.
I have an Apple, so I'm using Logic.
Okay.
And that's about as far as distribution. I use Buzzsprout, excuse me, and the same old, I'm a big YouTube guy, and YouTube.
That's great.
And also, I do this, I try to get up, and I have a couple of producers. Shout out to Gabriel and Lewis. They're my two producers. I kept asking them, I'm ready to get up on Facebook because those are just for my friends because I think you should do it. And another reason, I got a lot of dumbass friends that don't know how to go look. It's like, just look on my YouTube page, but they want to see it on Facebook, so I still do it. But you know what? It's fun because, sometimes, not all the time, I'll look down and see if there's any questions. And if it's something that's, I'll ask, whatever. But if it's so much of BS,
so you get live input as you go, right?
I do because I'm,
cool.
I've always been a live performer.
Yeah. So live streaming makes total sense.
It does because as far as recording it, I guess since I'm an engineer, I was like, okay, lights are on. Now I got to be perfect.
Yeah.
we're like, if I'm live streaming, it's like, oh, I'm on stage. It's time to rock.
Yeah, sure.
And that's where I come to life. So.
I think a lot of people aren't prepared for live streaming.
Right.
You know, they turn it on and then it just kind of whatever. You know,
yes,
they haven't prepared. They're not ready. You see a lot of that.
Yeah, I was just been on stage since I was like 13 years old.
As a musician, 13. I'm sure you're
yes,
constantly prepared. When the lights go on, you're ready to go.
It is. It's just so exciting, and
yeah.
And I've been told I turn into a different person because you know, I was kind of somewhat kind of shy. Oh, just to myself, dude.
Sure.
But when I get on stage, I just become not like an alter ego because that's just stupid. It's just a boost. It's like, this is what I do, and I'm going to do it.
I get it. I get it. I was watching Saturday Night Live the other day, not on Saturday, and the guy that was hosting, I can't for the life of me remember his name. I'll remember it and put it in the show notes. But it's the guy that played Elvis in the newest Elvis movie.
Okay, I haven't seen it yet, but okay.
But he said, you know, when he was a kid, he was so shy that he couldn't even order food for himself at a restaurant. His mother had to do it.
Wow.
And he's worked his way into standing on stage at Saturday Night Live, you know, being able to perform.
Well, my knees will be shaking on that one. That's a different stage.
But you see what I'm saying? I mean, it's a stage, though,
for
right?
Sure, yes,
and a stage
definitely.
is a stage for the most part.
True that.
Yeah, I think it does bring out different parts of our personality. Maybe they're always in there and they're a little dormant.
Right,
you know,
right.
But,
I agree.
They turn those lights on and boom, there you are.
I agree. And I don't know what it is. It's not something like I talk myself into. It's just something that just, and it wasn't something like bam. Once I got on stage, it hit me. That's something that's gradual.
Yeah, sure.
It's just like a mechanic. He knows what he's going to do under the hood already.
Yeah.
I already know what I'm going to do on stage.
Yeah.
Whether I do or not, kind of, sort of.
Sure, sure. I get it. Yeah. Best laid plans, right? Tell me about, and I'm very interested in the music portion of it right this minute, but tell me about maybe like the biggest performance you ever had.
You know what? It's really like, it can go, there's like a few of them because they're not like if you're talking volume, we're talking experience.
No. I'm talking about the one that means the most to you.
Okay. One that meant the most to me, I tell you what, man, I moved to Nashville.
Yeah.
I did the Nashville thing. At first I was coming and going, then I lived there. And then I did some more coming and going. Yeah. And I knew how hard, difficult it was. And you know what, so another time we had some meetings with some record labels, so we went up there. Yeah. We had a gig at Tootsie's.
Oh.
At 12 o'clock, and excuse me, could have been 12:01-ish.
Okay.
Those are like the ones that you don't want those, because it means in the daytime, whatever. And they had us upstairs. It's like, oh, a record company's going to come see us play with like 2 people. Okay, whatever. It is what it is. And man, as soon as we played that first song, balls packed. People were all about it, and you know, of course, all the record dudes were just like, you know. They were, you know, there was a couple of companies there. Go a few guys with their notepad, just like you would think they were doing, like, you know, whatever you imagine, that's what they were doing. And it was like they weren't impressed with that, but here's the deal: we were not even prepared for that. It was like, let's just roll the dice and like bam. And of course, the energy came out. And anyway, it was that one I guess was cool because those guys were my bros, and it was like, dude, look what we accomplished from just like, hey, let's throw some shit together and see if we can jam.
Yeah.
You know?
So what year was that?
Man, I don't know. That's been
that's a true musician.
About 15 years ago.
That's a true musician who can't recall the year, right?
Right.
I mean,
yes, brother. Yes, that is correct.
So tell me, okay, let's go back to podcasting. So you've been doing this for a little while.
Yes, sir.
What does success look like for you in the podcasting arena, in the podcasting world? What does success mean?
Man, and I'm one of those guys that likes to aim high, but in this case, no. I just not going to be selfish. I've been there. I've been playing on the road for a long time, and there's like, just make a comfortable living and doing that. And I'm still got game plans on trying to get there. Just to where that's my full-time gig is like I open up my studio door and let's rotate.
Yeah.
And not just when I'm saying not just my studio engineering. Yeah. I'm talking about podcasting. That's what I want to be my main gig.
Right.
And I'm still working at that. You know, I've been an athlete since I was a kid. We were all raised all the Martinez's, everybody knows the Martinez's, they're known for playing sports in my town. There was nothing to do.
Yeah.
So it's just a natural competitor in me. Not like, oh, I'm competing. It's like, I just like to work for something.
Yeah.
I like to work for something.
Yeah. I can certainly understand that. Like, you don't necessarily know what the big thing is.
Yes, sir.
Right? Until it hits you.
Yes, sir.
And then you're standing in a room or you're recording somebody that you never thought you'd meet.
I know.
You know?
I know.
And then it's one of those things where you're like, holy crap, well, how did this happen?
I know.
You know, do they really know who I am? Because I really shouldn't be on the other side of
I
this
know.
class.
Man,
know?
I know, brother. Yes,
Yeah.
Yes, I can tell you
Yeah,
that.
I guess you know, kids call it imposter syndrome or whatever, and I guess there is a little bit of that. But I've always been one of those people that you just walk into the room and you try to own it.
Yes,
you know?
sir. Yes, sir.
It's just like a stage or whatever.
Yes,
you know?
sir.
I'm not a big performer or anything like that, but I've generally been pretty confident.
Your voice is good. You've got also. I'm an audio guy. You've got that voice, brother. Have you ever a DJ?
No, never DJ'd. But when I was a kid, I that's what I wanted to do.
Really?
So
Man, that is a gift, brother.
I told the last guy that I created this voice, and now I don't know how to get out of it. You know. So.
But you know, but anyway, I didn't mean to interrupt
No,
that, but
you're
you're
good.
talking about you accomplished,
Yeah,
and you accomplished that voice. That is something that man, people do not understand. There are people that can sing, and there are people that can try to sing, but there's some that's what they're going to do better than you because they were made like that, and your voice is
just the way it is, right?
Yeah, your voice is a guy that is with a great voice.
Mine is only child stuck in his room, you know, just
brother.
had to have something to do.
Yes, sir.
So,
I hear you, brother. I love it, though.
You know?
I love it.
So, how much longer you see yourself doing this thing?
Till the wheels fall off, brother.
That's a good answer. That's a great answer. Yeah. So, okay. If you could have anybody on your show, who would it be?
Living or living
Either
dead?
way. Yeah, either way.
Oh,
Let's go one living, one dead.
Well, I'm going to go living and dead is probably my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Okay. All right.
That would be the number one.
That'd be a heck of a get.
Yes, man, because I do have so many questions. And just saying that, I got to give myself goosebumps.
Yeah.
Because I know that's how strong he is.
Yeah.
And we'll just say, living human right now, man, even though people think I'm a huge fan, I am a big fan, but not what you think, but just because this guy's personality is so crazy. Probably Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
You know, and just and I don't listen to him all the time.
Yeah.
Of course, I do listen to him.
Yeah. Sure.
But some of this stuff's over my head. He's too smart for me. You know, I'm a regular dude, but there's some guys that I do listen to because of him, because they're friends of him. They have good podcasts, you know. But probably him. He has so many great ideas.
So you listen to podcasts regularly?
I do. That's my new radio. I don't listen to music. I listen to podcasts.
Yeah. That's crazy for a musician, though, right?
Yes, sir.
Isn't that nuts? Yeah.
Man, you really got to bring it for me to say, man, let me, because I've been there and done that.
Yeah.
That's just been my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
I get it. Well, this has been wonderful. Nice
you,
little
sir.
conversation.
Thank you, my friend.
It's wonderful to meet you.
Thank you, sir. You too, my friend.
I think we'll probably do something together.
I would love. I mean, I love what you guys do. Matter of fact, did you guys have something going on here, like a meet and greet or something?
Yeah. We have those probably a couple times a year.
I've been interested in coming because I wanna see what's going on. I'd love to learn from you guys.
Well, same here.
And I'd love just to meet, like I said, just Andrew and Prescription. Those guys alone, you've got some already couple home run hitters right there.
Andrew's something else. Yeah,
yes.
Andrew's something else. He's been with us from almost the start.
And also there's some other. Like I said, I listen to some Prescription and some of Andrew's stuff. Yeah. And I know you do have other artists. I guess you would call them podcasters.
Little over 100 on the network at this point.
Man.
A little over 100 shows. I would say we put out probably 40, 45 episodes a week.
Awesome, brother. That is amazing. And but like I said, I'd love to meet all of them because I need to start really.
Yeah, man.
I've been trying to get a podcasting community forever. Not just because I'm a musician. Man, I love my musician brothers. We got each other's back.
Yeah.
And I think that should be the same thing with podcasting. It should be having each other's back because I think I have so many ideas that we can do together.
Right.
Just me becoming a musician. Me being a musician. I'm always thinking you got the wheels turning all the damn time.
Yeah.
But I've also got so many ideas for podcasting. But anyway,
It's hard to stop, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, man, hey, it was very nice to meet you.
You too,
It was
brother.
Wonderful to talk to you.
You
Give
too,
me
brother.
your full name one more time and the name of your shows.
My name is Isaac Martinez. My shows are Two Guitars and a Mic, Broke Down at the Shack, and sometimes Fight Night at the Shack.
It was wonderful to have you here, man.
Thank you, brother.
Thanks. All right, buddy.